Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here, and we all know that today was the big release of Jumpstart Historic Horizons, just 2 days after the maintenance. But let's talk about that there maintenance. If you didn't see my video from yesterday, or if you did, let's just say that wasn't a complete list. I was like, oh, here's a dozen or so glitches, and basically this morning, Wizard said, hold my beer. You call that a list of glitches, let me get in on some of this action. So in addition to all the things that I said, none of which are on this list, strangely, I guess Wizards isn't aware of them. Maybe they should watch my channel. I happen to know some of them do. Players are receiving bronze tier rank rewards with no matches played. Players who did not log in at all last season may encounter a blank ranked reward screen, but the proper rewards are still received, just aren't displayed properly. I've actually had that problem with the F&M promo code or the midweek magic thing or whatever it's called now. They're just like, here, you get nothing. Except in that case, I'm not actually sure that I got anything. Technically, that problem existed before the patch, but so did the next one on the list. Direct challenge matches are sometimes not connecting properly. Really, you don't say. That's been a problem since you invented the feature. You ever been on one of the Magic Historian's live streams where he's like, okay, I'm going to try and play against anyone, and it's just like sitting there, will not connect. Direct challenge worked in, I think, StarCraft 1, which came out in, I believe, 1998. These are not difficult to program things, guys. They're really not. Next up, all invalid decks are displaying the red warning triangle rather than showing the count of invalid cards or the need to craft cards. How about the Book of Exalted Deeds? You gonna talk about that one? You accidentally unbanned it? That's not making the list? Okay, all right. Deck favorites have been completely lost. Sounds like that applies to everyone, and by lost that means I hope you have a good memory. Historic Brawl games have a starting life total of 20 instead of 25. Okay, that's what it was supposed to be. That's kind of what I suspected. They never said that Historic Brawl was going to be 25 to match Standard Brawl, but it does have the word Brawl in it, so I don't know, I guess they do consider that to be wrong. I can see why they would get that one wrong, to be honest. Next up, quest and win bonuses are not resetting at the expected times. Yeah, I noticed that. Okay, I guess those two made the video yesterday. And then they're like, you know what? Here's a link. If you're interested in the rest, here you go. And it links to the MTG arena-support.wizards.com support hub thing with even more items on the list. Some that I'd like to point out, replaying the tutorial can cause the client to soft lock. Additionally, the wrong main navbar is shown after a color mastery game. The client can become unresponsive after being left inactive. Ashiok Nightmare Muse's looping hand visual effects will play indefinitely for the affected player. Hi, I'm Ashy Larry. Hi, I'm Ashy Larry. Hi, I'm Ashy Larry. Good luck clicking on anything, bitch. If you reject one single incoming friend challenge, it renders the friend challenge button inaccessible. Oh, that's a bit of an attack vector on live streamers. Oh, you know how the Nyx land bundles are back on sale? Yeah, they show up as for sale even if you've already purchased them. And one that I want to point out from yesterday, that purchase that I made did go through, but it had the wrong price. Instead of $2,500, it was supposed to be like 15,000 or something gold. No, I bought that shit for 2,500, bro. But I'm being told that now it is the right price for other people who haven't bought it. So, I mean, okay, I was right. That was one hell of a deal. So that's that. Let's get back to Jumpstart and what the social media response was. AKA Des reads Twitter and calls it content, which apparently is one of my most viewed and liked series lately. But Twitter is a source of endless entertainment, so MTG Arena tweeted out, Jumpstart returns to MTG Arena with the same epic combos and wacky pairings, spelled wrong. How did they spell that wrong? Now with Modern Horizons and Modern Horizons 2 cards added to the mayhem. Oh boy! And 31 brand new cards designed just for MTG Arena. All that permanent crap. Play now! Well, I didn't expect like the military style exclamation point, play now, like command, like you go do this. Not just, hey, jump on and check it out if you're interested. Play now, bitch! You're coming on a little strong there, Arena. I wonder what the replies are gonna be. If I were to paraphrase the first reply, it's just, why is Arena so broken? Oh, here's what I didn't know about. I guess this is just the glitch video. Johnny Magic, aka Jadelight881, says, except you can't craft any of the MH1 or 2 cards. Oops. Now the person under him says, oh, you can craft them. Try using the search bar and type set equals MH1 or set equals MH2. Which, I mean, okay, yeah, and that's the way you find the hidden arena cards too. I don't remember what the actual code is, sorry, but Johnny Magic made it sound like you could search for the cards by name and you can't find them, which, okay. And then, yeah, somebody replied, you legend, thank you, and then he replied, your, with the wrong your, welcome. Josh is the hero that we all deserve. Also, it turns out he's wrong. It's set space equals space MH1. He corrected that later. I'm too lazy to try it, but sure. Next reply is just, when am I gonna be able to demonic consultation into Thassa's Oracle on Arena? Probably about 6 months before they ban it would be my guess. Somebody else just tweeted, what time is release? And then somebody else replied, now. I just found that funny. Next person, to paraphrase, they're like, oh yeah, the goblin one just wins. Okay. Welcome to Jumpstart. By the way, that's not the only comment. I'm skipping a couple of these. A lot of people are just like, wow, this pack seems a little OP, or at least, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what half these people mean, to be honest. We all know that Twitter, like anybody left on Twitter at this point, is like a barely literate nut job, and it really shows, but it's like, it's trying to interpret like caveman scratchings in the side of a cave. Like sometimes you can kind of figure out what they were going for. Another person just fixed the filters, and then on top of that, or could you at least like fix the duplicate protection system? Because remember, these are reprints, so you might already have them as staples, so if they do show up, then like you do a separate search, you don't know that you already own the other ones. So you can burn wild cards without realizing that you didn't have to, because you can just use the other ones. Another person, they're just like, hey, Jumpstart is coming out. His reply, could you repair the bugs you introduced in the last update? Like, I could be an asshole, but I think this guy doesn't speak English primarily. So actually, that's like better than I could do in Spanish. So I'm just going to correct this on the fly. He lost a draft game because they bugged Boreal Rider somehow. That's fun. And he says he's been playing against people using Brainstorm, which is banned. Incompetence. And probably also been seeing people running Exalted, which is also banned and then somehow unbanned. And also somehow not on their radar because it's not on the known problems list. Guys, keep filling out support tickets. More people complaining about individual missing cards. I'm not sure if that's just the search thing again. Oh, another person is claiming that if you look for the cards by name, you'll find them. Okay, are people just not turning on the owned and unowned filter? But then he says if you filter by historic or JSHH, so the Jumpstart, which, why would that be a filter? Why would you build a deck that you can't use? Then it doesn't work. So I guess that's the full story, although I've heard contradictory reports, so I guess maybe it's different for everybody. It's broken in different ways. Another person says, I got to disconnect after the game, can't reconnect. Great. Another person saying Zalfirin Decoy does nothing. So add that to the list of defective cards. Another person, please fix the black screen bug I can't play since 3 days. Well, the patch was 2 days ago, so that's weird. Another person, yo, fix the app. Here's a thread, here we go. Eric wants to know, how do I search for the Modern Horizons 1 in Modern Horizons 2 cards? I assume he meant and. Then Pedro says, search by the card name, Indie Company. You know they're not, they're owned by Hasbro. Even Wizards is worth like 2 to 3 billion, I think. I mean, come on. And then Eric comes back with, like, this is a joke. We did not get any compensation or even an apology for this fiasco. With the maintenance on the 24th, the client is still all bugged to shit and they haven't patched it or fixed it. And now you can't even search for cards you need to create decks. Another person says, so far all I've realized is that these 2 cards need to be banned, and then blah, 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 whining about how they can't run their aggro deck. Well, I'm sorry, you can't run your goblin or elf deck in historic anymore because somebody hit you with lightning helix. Poor baby. Get a life. Another person, please fix the black screen bug. Please run your client as administrator and it'll patch fine. Another person says, please address the issue with daily win resets. Please address the issue with not receiving ICRs for any of my wins. It's almost like people want the stuff that they earned or paid for, or for the cards in the Jumpstart that they paid to enter to actually function. Crazy, I know. They should have maybe tested this, like, before it came out. Somebody claims that there's a format called Friendly Brawl, and it's somehow now been shrunk to 40 cards instead of 60. But also not 100. That's the first time hearing about that one. Another person, are these cards even active? I just played against somebody who's running a sliver deck, but I can't see or access any of the cards. Le search is le broken. Another person that commented earlier actually saying, you know, how does the search work? And they're like, oh, thanks, cool. They came back hours later and said, just made a new deck, I own all the cards, and somehow it's set in the deck builder as an illegal deck and I cannot play it. Oh, there's going to be so many refunds going out for this shit. Everybody should go play Jumpstart immediately because they're probably going to refund every entry because the cards don't work, the search doesn't work, the ICR rewards don't work, nothing works. Somebody else said, what's the point in having this new set when I can't challenge any of my friends? Another person's just sitting on waiting for server, which that we've been hearing a lot of. I think it's regional. I think they rented really, really shitty servers for the overseas ones. Because as we know, Wizards doesn't actually care about foreign countries. That's why sometimes you get a thing in 3 languages and sometimes it's in 4 languages. And sometimes they do 14 languages when they think it's worth money. Have you guys noticed that? I try to point that out because it's quite hypocritical. They're like, oh, we care about international cultures and global this and that and diversity. Well, until it actually costs us money to translate it, we don't think it'll sell well. Then, then you're on your own. Apparently, the official corporate policy is learn English, bitch. In fact, the next Jumpstart 2022 is coming out only in 4 languages. If I'm not mistaken, there's never been a product in the last 5 years that has come out in exactly 4 languages. It's either been less or more, which means that they cut some, which means that they actively decided we don't care about this language in this country. I'm shocked. It's almost like they're hypocrites who don't actually care about diversity or inclusion or any of that bullshit. 3 separate people said, I just want my damn hardened scales. Oh, wait, no, I think one of them was Oath of Nissa. Now, 300 miles down, we've got Wizards customer support. Hey, exclamation mark. That's a little friendly. Read the room. That's a little, you don't come into an entire department of motor vehicles full of pissed off, hot, angry people who have been there for 2 hours that aren't getting shit done because the computer system's down again and say, hey, exclamation mark, you will get a chair thrown at you. So anyway, hey, if you're still experiencing this issue, please reach out to us at mtgarenasupport.wizard.com/hc/en-us, which is ironic because it won't work if you're in the US, /request/ a bunch of other bullshit, and we'll assist you as soon as possible. By what? Does the Wizards customer support have access to the game's code and you can fix it? You ain't gonna assist anybody. Although seriously, run the game as administrator. I'm not saying that's 100% fixed for 100% of people, but it worked for me and it worked for everybody I talked to, so just saying. Another person, these online-only mechanics suck. Oh, I finally have somebody explaining what's actually going on. Okay, you both can and can't search for individual cards in the search. It depends what format you have. So if you chose Historic, searching by name won't work. If you build the whole deck first, then switch it to Historic, then it does work, I guess. And then according to somebody else, it'll still mark your deck as illegal. A lot of people are saying ICRs are for old sets. Yeah, rotation didn't happen. I don't know if you know that. It's not for another month. I don't know. Maybe it's for the wrong set for the wrong format. They're not being specific, but a lot of people have said it. Another person, can't run it on iOS. Downloaded the app twice now, doesn't run. Another person asking why they can't buy packs. So apparently some people can't buy Jumpstart packs. That's interesting. I thought last time they did that, where they wouldn't directly sell you packs, but you had to enter the event. But then I remember this, they told people to just enter and then drop out without playing a match. Because the entry was 2,000 gold or whatever. So it was the cost of the packs or something. I don't know. Oh, we finally made it. We made it to the show additional replies, including those that make date offensive content. Oh, yes, we're hitting the show button. Oh, it's only 1. Oh, I can see why this is so offensive. Let's just say my theory is that they hid this themselves because Wizards is this petty. Please remove only digital cards or make a new game mode, which is called Copy Hearthstone mode, for example. Oh, snarky Spice Monkey. Oh, you can't mention the competition. That's too offensive. Better hit the hide button. Oh, no. He has a perfectly valid complaint because everybody and their grandma is comparing the new mechanics to Hearthstone. I wouldn't know. Better hit the hide tweet button. Absolutely pathetic and so painfully obvious that they did that. So that has been all of the feedback pretty much to the Jumpstart announcement. As you can see, Ho's mad. And stay away from Arena. Shit don't work. Although it looks like there's some exploits where you can get daily quest rewards twice and stuff. If it actually gives them to you, I feel like it might be a display issue where they don't actually give you it. Hard to say, but yeah, that's been your list of glitches / reaction to Jumpstart. I figure I'd throw these together because there's a hell of a lot of crossover, and I will see you guys next time.